Are you an established small business owner or aspiring entrepreneur? Would you like professional advice to help your business grow and succeed? Well, look no further. The Virgin Islands Small Business Development Center is the territory's #1 resource to move your business forward. Enjoy no-cost advising, low-cost training, and technical assistance from experts in both the public and private sectors. The VISBDC is nationally accredited and sustained by the University of the Virgin Islands and the U.S. Small Business Administration. Visit us at our locations on St. Thomas, St. John, or St. Croix, and follow us on social media at VISBDC. For easy access to all our training and networking events, be sure to join our newsletter and download the VISBDC app. The Virgin Islands Small Business Development Center, here to help your business start, grow, and succeed.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. Thank you so much for carving out some time in your busy schedules to join us today. Let's be completely honest right out the gate. Running a business is exhausting. If you've ever stared at a blank screen wondering what to post to Instagram, felt overwhelmed by your email marketing to-do list, or wish there were 48 hours in a day just so you could finish your marketing, you are exactly where you need to be. I'm going to go ahead and ask our presenter to go ahead and share your screen so everyone can see your presentation. Today's session is called Digital Marketing 101, Boost Your Business Visibility on a Budget. We are stripping away the confusing jargon and the massive price tag. Instead, we're going to show you how to work smarter, not harder. You're going to learn how free and low-cost AI tools can become your new 24/7 marketing assistant, helping you write, copy, design graphics, and map out a month of content in minutes. My name is Sharika Industrials Phillips, and I am the Network Marketing Coordinator here at the VISBDC. To help us navigate this, I'm honored to introduce our presenter for today, VISBDC Business Advisor Liza Margolis. Liza Margolis is passionate about helping businesses shine. With over 20 years of experience in marketing, fundraising, and advertising, she brings unmatched energy and insight to every entrepreneur she supports. Liza's specialty lies in strategic marketing that helps fuel growth, helping business owners clarify their message, elevate their brand, and connect with the audiences that matter most. A successful entrepreneur herself, Liza knows firsthand what it takes to turn big dreams into thriving ventures. She's especially committed to empowering women business owners in the U.S. Virgin Islands, equipping them with the tools and confidence to grow and succeed. Through mentorship, workshops, and community partnerships, Liza continues to build a vibrant ecosystem where small businesses can flourish. Her enthusiasm, creativity, and results-driven approach make her a trusted ally for anyone ready to grow their business and make an impact. Here's a friendly reminder to place your questions in the chat, and they will be addressed by the presenting team either directly in the chat or later during our question and answer segment. A copy of today's presentation will be attached to the post-survey email sent after this live session. We encourage you to take a few minutes of your time to briefly fill out the survey that lets us know how we're doing. This data is essential to us rendering these deliverables complimentary to you. So without further ado, Liza, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. And thank you for having me, and welcome everybody today to our Digital Marketing 101. I was with digital marketing, it seems, it's a difficult it's a difficult challenge with digital marketing because, as you know, our digital world changes on a daily basis. You have more and more apps coming out, more and more AI stuff coming out, more platforms. So it's always a real challenge to, right when you learn something, more stuff to learn and more stuff to learn, and it can be very overwhelming. Today, I hope to give you some basics, so you're not overwhelmed, and give you some easy things, easy features to use, easy things to do, that you can help you navigate this landscape. So, going down. Oh, there we go. Okay, hold on. Okay. So I know most people get overwhelmed by marketing, especially digital marketing. You have too many platforms to manage. You're like, well, what do I do? There's there's TikTok and Instagram and Facebook, and what platform do I go to, and how do I navigate this? And there's obviously like Google and all these different things. There's no time to create all the content you need. I hear so many people saying, I don't have time to do marketing, because with all the marketing, how do I run my business? So we're going to help you get ready for, learn kind of just like little tricks to help with that. It's hard to stay consistent when you have a brand, when you're building a brand with your business. How do you keep with one message and not overwhelm your audience with too many different messages where they lose track of your brand? Because your brand is really important to who you are, what your business is about. I teach another course on branding that tells you how important it is to stick with your brand, and cost of keeping up. Now, a lot of the digital marketing, it doesn't have to be expensive. Some of these platforms are just maybe $15-$20 a month. They're not big. So I know a lot of small business challenges with inconsistent posting, unclear messages. Sometimes your audience will feel disconnected. People can scroll past because it feels too generic. That's the other thing with AI. Be very careful with your prompts. The more you prompt, the better you prompt, the better of a result you'll get. Because if you put in, like, for instance, a few months ago, all those cartoonish ads were coming in. So every time you'd go to ask for a digital content and you try to have AI do it, it'd come up to a cartoonish thing. And that might not be who your business is or how you want to convey yourself to your clients, because you don't want to come across as cartoonish and amateur. So, marketing could take hours, serving several different customers. So that can be overwhelming. And the goal here is to find a smarter, faster way to stay visible and authentic. Let's see, scrolled it. Oh, go up. Okay. Your audience. When your effective marketing starts with empathy, what problem are you trying to solve for them, and why should they pick your company? Who are you trying to reach? What do they value? Where do they spend time, online, offline? Understanding your audience helps speak their language, solve their problems, and earn their trust. And it just depends, in some places, like if you're a grocery store, you might have tons of different audiences. You have your housewife audience, you have your beer drinking audience, you have your kids that want to get so you have different audiences, and you can create content for the different audiences, and know where your market is. So the content that you create is very valuable, depending on your market and where you should. Obviously Facebook, they say, is better for like older folks, and TikTok is better for kids, and there's Instagram that kind of has a mix of both. And I know a lot of people do YouTube. YouTube is good. A lot of kids scroll through YouTube and watch YouTube shorts, and they find a lot of content there. So you just know your audience. And the thing is, it'll take an investment in the beginning to learn a lot of this stuff. It's not too hard, but when you navigate the different sites and understand more, and once you start playing with this hands-on, it'll become easier. So the key is to work smarter, not harder. Marketing does not have to drain your time or energy. AI handles, the automation benefits. The AI handles your repetitive tasks. So, we'll get to it later, but there's apps that will help you schedule, that can manage all your your content and creating it and actually scheduling it on the different platforms. And you know, the different AI, that's the AI stuff, but then you have like Copilot and there's a lot of AI stuff. There's AI for, you know, writing, and there's AI for flyers, and there's a lot. So you don't have to know everything. I have about 2 or 3, maybe 4 that I work with consistently that I really like, that I'm comfortable with. That you could generate. So consistency, efficiency boost, create more content in less time, maintain steady posting rhythm, focus, spend your energy on creativity and connection. You be direct in your marketing too. Attention spans are shorter. People decide in seconds whether they want to engage in your business or not. Be clear and to the point, shows confidence in your value. Customers want to know right away what's in it for them. I think a lot of people get too caught up in the whole feely type. For example, an indirect way is you say, oh, we're a family-owned business with years of experience. And that's great, and family-owned is good. But what people want to know really is, we will fix your problems today, guaranteed same-day service. Like, be strong with your message. What exactly, like the strongest, like really what can you do for them today to make their life easier? So and then marketing assistant, let technology handle the heavy lifting. I'm telling you that last year they sent us to training with the SBDC for AI, and we spent about a week learning the different AI apps, learning how to schedule, learning, and still, it's again a year later, you're still learning and things are changing daily. But basics, I mean, you don't have, for small businesses, you don't have to know everything. As long as you have a handful of things that help you, it can, you know, it can capture emails, design flyers, plan your content calendars, and it can save you literally hours a week. The AI caption writing can help you generate posts. I use ChatGPT. I use Copilot a lot. It can help you create flyers, organize campaigns effortlessly, and reclaim hours every week. I've been in clients' offices, and within 5 minutes, we design campaigns for them. So it's really fun. Here's some of the AI marketing creation stuff that they have. Obviously, ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini are the most, you know, kind of the ones that people tend to use most. Text generation, brainstorming. Jasper does marketing content. I'll be honest, I haven't even tried half of these because I know like Copilot does a lot of ads, social posts, reports. You know, Pictory I heard is good. There's also Nano Banana, which is even more intense than Copilot, so that Canva is another really good one to use, designed for branding visuals. And it has an AI magic component to that. So, you know, and you will get these slides after. So there's just some of these are just a handful of them. And again, you don't have to use everything. You don't have to know everything. You just get comfortable. Like, every business is going to be different. Some businesses, you know, might want to create more content with writing. Some businesses are poster driven. Some event businesses might need just tons of ads, you know, on social. So it also depends on your business and what works best for your business. Again, tailor, you know, what it can do for you. We've talked about this, and just kind of reiterating, it can create the social media posts. It can design email campaigns, flyers, ads. You can tailor the content to your business, personalize messages for better results. You can send out email messages for your clients if you had a database. And that's the other thing. Databases are very important. If you want to contact your clients through email, make sure that every chance you get, if you have a store and you want to bring people in the store, say, sign up for our mailing list. We'll give you 5% off today if you sign up. Like, build that database. And that is the best way to keep in touch with your clients. If you have you can get 500 people on a mailing list and send out promotions through email. There's constant contact via text where you can send out text messages. Facebook, I've seen people say, I've been to events where they say, we'll give you 5% off today if you like us and follow us on Facebook. Because the thing is with Facebook, the ads are really good on Facebook. You can create extra ads. But if you're only depending on your followers, that's not new business. You're only, when you do an ad and you're relying on your followers, and you say, let's say you have 500 followers, you're only reaching those 500 people. So building that database and building your followers and building how you reach your people, that is the key too, because you can't just, I had a client that had only 200 followers and they would do that, they would post, but I told them they had a store. I said, why don't you offer everybody coming in the store 5% discount to follow you and like you on Facebook? And within a month they had 500. So again, it's keeping up, building those contacts, because you can design all the contact and have all the digital marketing that you ads ready, but if you're not reaching those people, then it doesn't make sense. You have to build the databases and build the campaigns. Choose your platforms. And when you design your content, for instance, Facebook, where you can share full details, location, strong call to action, with high detail layout, warm tropical lighting, clear promo info, order now buttons. You can get really detailed on Facebook. And again, that I like Facebook for detailed ads, and Instagram is sort of again, Instagram also caters to different, you're not going to get details. So you can do Facebook and then also do the Instagram for less, just to support the Facebook. But another thing that's also really important is, I cannot stress this enough, location, location, location. You don't know how many times when I found somebody on Facebook that I absolutely, oh my God, that looks so good, I want to try that restaurant. 10 minutes later, I couldn't figure out where they're located. I'm scrolling, I'm looking, do they have a website? If you don't have a website, and you're only relying on Facebook, you got to make sure people know where to find you too. And Instagram, again, square formatting, eye-catching, you be more, because I think with Instagram, because you don't get as wordy, and you have minimal text, hashtags are important, and the pictures are really important too, because people, with people are inundated with ads, and it'll take about 7 times before people unless they're really looking for you, about 7 times before people will actually see your ad, and they'll scroll past. I've done that where I've seen ads, I'm like just kind of scrolling, and I keep passing, and finally it catches my eye. I'm like, God, this keeps coming up, what is this? And I finally pay attention of what I finally read an ad. I'm like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. But it takes you a while sometimes before you really kind of like, well, something catches your eye. TikTok ads, you get full screen, vertical format, minimal text overlay, high energy vibe, perfect for behind the scenes or customer reactions. All these ads were designed and created through AI. The various platforms can create and design different types of campaigns for various platforms and schedule them as well. And we'll get to the scheduling in a minute. So another one, when you're designing an ad, don't overload it with too many words. You can get detailed, but I had a business who was a health provider that wanted to put a whole paragraph in there. You don't need a whole paragraph. Key words, limited time, near Emancipation Garden, find us near the garden, Island Glow. And over here you have like celebrate with season with flavor. That's a caption. And then, weekdays, when it's open, when it's closed, location. So you just key points. You can have a catchphrase that captures their attention. Quesadilla combo or Tuesday tacos or whatever it may be. And if you notice, this is a sandwich board that could be in front of the store that can follow up with their with the digital marketing. You could even have a QR code, and they have to click on the QR code and it takes them to the menu too. So I've seen that as well. So that's kind of interesting. And it's also like, I've been to restaurants in the States where you're sitting at the table and you actually have to click on the QR code to get to the menu, and there's tons of advertising in there as well. So that's another collaboration that you can think of. Keep it simple. Don't overload with too many words. The platform matters. You tailor the ad depending on where it will appear. As we talked, road signs versus Facebook. Relevance by type. Event ads should look different from restaurant ads, while healthcare ads may include more details. And we've talked about that. Always include location. I cannot stress that enough. Location is key. So the ad placement and brand power, we talked a little. I want to talk a little bit about branding. Anything you do can go with your digital ads. And you can also design digital advertising. You can also design all these things on AI as well. You can have AI design, say, again, in your prompt, design a campaign for me that can be a point of sale display, also Facebook ad, and different things. So you will be able to, have a design, and AI is amazing with that. Like, you can use it as your personal assistant, your graphic artist, those type of things. So point of sale displays are fun. If you notice, like in the stores, the Coca-Cola and all those last minute impulse buys are always in the front, because they know that will, create more people buy those at the last minute. So they put those toward the front. Store magazines and circulars are also really good if for certain products. Local newspapers and community newsletters can be good. And those can also, these are all things that can be supported through your digital advertising. And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not, you don't have to just stick to digital. It can also, depending on your product, you can use all these other avenues that will help support your digital platforms as well. Specialty publications, food, lifestyle, fashion. You could put, again, any magazines, you can put in any of these magazines, like, for instance, the advertising that goes on the plane, those magazines for St. Thomas, when you're in Puerto Rico and they give it to I forgot the name of it. You can put an ad in there with a QR code, and that can take people to all the digital marketing too. And that's more interactive. So the digital marketing, which is interactive, can go with some of these other avenues, these other places to advertise, depending on, again, your campaign, your product, your business. Digital banners, store websites. I've seen that. Event sponsorships, seasonal catalogs also can complement your digital advertising. Now we're going to go into a little bit about, I'll show you some ways to create content. And you can draft, again, can draft a week of social posts, create matching graphics, organize content calendar, complete it within minutes. So you can create pretty much within a half an hour. I've helped clients create a month's worth of advertising. But I would do that because it also depends. I would do a week. You could do, like, for instance, I have a store, there's a party store. Every time a holiday comes up, we'll create like a month out, a week out. Like, you can say, you can do it where, if, let's say, a month before Valentine's Day, you can start doing teasers for the first couple of weeks, and then design an ad that is more direct the last couple of weeks. So you can design different ads that create a campaign and thread your whole entire message together for a month. And it doesn't have to be the same ad either. This is a really interesting, again, this is what I want to show you what AI can do for you. This was Copilot. The prompt I put in Copilot, I took a picture of this dress on the rack in this store. And I told Copilot, design a Facebook ad for New Horizons clothing store with this dress and this logo. Make it holiday and a special occasion oriented with flares and tropical theme. Now, the first, and it might take 3 or 4 tries before you really get what you want, but the first one created this ad to the top left. And I said to that again, no, I want the flowers around the neck like it shows in the picture. So then it gave me this one. So sometimes it may just go haywire when you ask it to be more direct. And then the third one to the bottom left, it gave me this, and the skirt was so short. I'm like, that doesn't look anything like it. So finally I kept saying, and add more glitter to the back. So this was a final one that we did. Turn heads this holiday season with Island Elegance. And see, again, it took this dress and it created this out of nowhere. I didn't have to stretch out the dress. This ad on the bottom right years ago would have taken, you'd have to rent a studio, you'd have to have cameras, you'd have to have the dress laid out with pins and mannequins. However, with AI now, it can do all this for you. So this is where I love it. I love going into clients and saying, what can I do for you? And within minutes I come up with these ads. It's just amazing. Last week last week I did a class for high school students. I had about 25 high school students in a class it was a 2-day entrepreneur class. We created businesses, and these 2 younger ladies in the front said they want to create a shopping mall with 6 floors, and the first floor have food, second clothing, third spa, fourth. So they created this whole entire concept. So my prompt was in Copilot, because I knew I had to be detailed. Help us design a logo for KNC Enterprises, which will be a 6-story shopping mall with different services on different floors. The first floor will be food, the second floor will be clothing, the third floor will be a spa, fourth floor will be photography, fifth floor will be a movie theater and entertainment area, and the sixth floor will be workshops and events. Help us design a really creative tropical logo that conveys a message that this is a unique shopping experience that anybody can come to in the U.S. Virgin Islands. That prompt took me maybe a minute to say. And also the other thing is, when you're doing these, use your microphone. You don't have to type it all out. I use the microphone like crazy. I don't even type anymore. And this is the logo they came up with for this Enterprises. This is a business they created, and this is the logo that was designed for the students. So this was within a 5-minute period is what we got. So that's where AI gets really fun. Because that's just, you can see where the creativity, comes in. And of course you could, you might have to tweak it a couple more times, saying, well, take out this, can you add this? So that's what that did. So that's another fun thing. Another fun thing that I just did was, I was doing an event. Didn't happen, obviously, this event was canceled, but we were working on a World Cup final game watch party. And so I wrote, create a marketing flyer for World Cup watch party, July 19th, kids zones at 1, game at 3, DJ after party, food and drink special by Niski Restaurants. Title should be World Cup final game watch party. Please use the World Cup trophy and the soccer ball as the A is an exclamation. It didn't do exactly what I wanted. I wanted the exclamation point and that little dot underneath to be the soccer ball, and it didn't exactly do that. But if I tweaked it a little more, I probably could have designed something in the separate app and put it in this. At the end of the sentence, please add logos of teams, creative soccer style, upscale flyer, no cartoon, no animation, just very upscale, high end. See, you have to really be detailed. Prompts are very important, as much detail as possible. And this is what it came up with for a watch party. So I thought this was really fun. And we were really happy with it. It's a shame they decided not to go ahead. But again, when you're doing events, this is what you can get from your events.
Hi, Liza. We have a question in the chat.
Oh, yes.
will the app give alternatives or options to choose from with the logo request?
Say that again.
Will
The
the app give alternatives or options to choose from the logo request?
The logo request. Which logo would that be? Like, I don't.
Probably the previous one for the students, the high school students.
Oh, if you prompt it to give you an option, it will say, give me 3 different options of what it do. Again, you have to treat the AI as if it's your own personal assistant. If you want it to give you an option, it'll give you one option. If you say, can you give me 3 different options? Or if you like that, say, I like this option, but can you tweak it this way? It'll give you, I've actually done that where I've said, give me 2 options to choose from, or, so it will give you different options. The problem is you have to be specific in what options, like, give me 1 option that does this, give me another option that does this. So sometimes the more detailed you give the prompts, the more detailed, the better your results will be. And the other thing with AI, I was helping my friend who is in a PhD program, and they had to do a poster, and she gave me a copy of her poster of what she wanted it to be. And if you use an existing piece of artwork and you try to add and use that, very often you will have words missing, words misspelled. It gets very confused in some of these AI options of using existing artwork. So that can be challenging too, but the more detailed you get, but yes, you can definitely ask it to give you different prompts, different options. So.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. Okay, yeah, you guys feel free to ask. We will have questions at the end, but we will, so if you do have something that comes up for a slide, please feel free to ask. So 10 things to know about digital content and digital marketing. When creating digital content and marketing campaigns, advertisements, there are a few principles that consistently make the difference between content that gets ignored and content that generates results. Know your target audience. Before creating any post, understand who your customer is, their age, interests, demographics, their problems, their challenges, what motivates them to buy. A teenager and a retiree will respond to 2 different types of advertising. And who are you trying to reach? Like I said, like if you're trying to reach middle-aged people, Facebook is great. I don't know a lot of teenagers on Facebook anymore. If you want to, and obviously we said with Facebook, and an example, you have more detail. My age would want more detail. Like younger people respond better to like just graphics. Focus on the customer, not the business. Many businesses spend too much time talking about themselves. We've been in business for 20 years. We help busy families save time and reduce stress. That was what I was talking about earlier, like more direct. Like it's great that you have that. I think in a lot of businesses, unfortunately, don't have websites these days. I personally believe that I think depending on the business, a website is very, very important to support your business. I know they can be pricey. You can do, but Wix and some of these help you design websites that are not that expensive, which will help support your message. And also, again, depending on your business, I think if you're like a home healthcare type of business, you're going to want a website that shows, you don't want to rely on just saying you're on Facebook. You want people, it brings more, it makes your business more reputable. So again, we help busy families save time and reduce stress. Customers want to know what's in it for me. What exactly are you going to, especially with all the messages that are coming across these days, be as direct as possible. Attention grabbing content. I don't know why there's so many ones here. I thought sorry, my electricity was fluctuating this morning when I was doing it. I think I lost all my numbers, but create attention grabbing content. People scroll quickly through social media. Strong headlines, bright images, videos are always good. Questions, bold statements. Struggling to grow your business? 5 mistakes costing small businesses money. You have about 3 seconds to capture people's attention. So be very bold with your statements and exactly what you're trying to come across. Remember when I was showing you like the boards, and when I said you could do a tagline at the top of the boards or at Facebook, like what exactly do you want for an event? You might say, don't miss this, or tune into this, or one of a kind, or, let people like something that captures their attention. Use high quality visuals, professional photos, clean graphics, short videos, before and after images, testimonials, such as tools as Canva can help create professional marketing materials. Every piece of content should tell people what to do next. Call to action. We keep saying call to action. Register now, learn more today, visit our website, book your appointment today. Don't miss out on this opportunity, or sale, like 1 week sale, or, you could send us a message, or, without a call to action, people often do nothing. I've told so many clients that, like, that's the key, like with the New Horizon, come up with a different sale every week. Come up with a reason why people want to come to you, like spring sale, fall sale. Don't, come get your Valentine's dress, come get your Mother's Day dress, new inventory in this, like this sales are going, like, dresses are selling quick, or a one, so it could be the party store when you talk about I think someone has a question. Yes.
Yeah, I was paying attention to the chat. We basically had persons mentioning like landing pages. So Card.co is excellent for simple one-page websites as well. It's free. MailChimp as well. Someone used this platform for a landing page and it was great. And we also had a question. And so the question reads, what is the correlation between branding and marketing?
Okay, marketing is, and advertising is a whole other thing too. Marketing is your whole entire, whether you like your advertising, your branding, and marketing. Branding fits in under the marketing umbrella. Like if you think about marketing as an umbrella, you have your branding, your advertising, that, because advertising is like your direct, what you do, like your direct ads. And I think I had a slide in here that talks about that more in detail. And branding is your business, what you want people to know, like how people feel about your business. Like when you think of like WAPA, their branding is bad right now because of how the emotions. Branding is how people feel, the personal connection people feel to your business. You can create colors. Like I go in my branding workshop, I talk about the colors and font and all that stuff associated with your logos that can help people feel good. Like for instance, like, Pepsi has a brand, Coca-Cola has a brand. Disney is the best branding I've ever seen in the history of marketing. And again, their branding is how people feel about Disney. I think almost everybody has a story about Disney, whether they were a kid or, Mickey Mouse, and how people knew Mickey Mouse before they ever knew who the president of the United States was. And their branding is amazing, just how people feel and how people perceive their brand, their business. Now, the marketing they do is through like the Disney shops and the mouse ears that you buy, when you go in, like all that's marketing, and all that is like the placement of how they get their brand, how they get their message to you. But how you feel about them is really the branding. And branding is like, it's you too, because you are the face. Like I talk about Walt Disney, when you think about Disney, you think about Walt Disney, and he was the sweetest, gentlest looking old man that could be, your grandpa type of thing, and could be like, somebody who you feel connected to because he looks like such a sweet old man, and I don't know if because he wore a suit, he was always polished, he was, and that created the brand. If Disney was a fat guy with a beer belly, I don't think the brand would have been as strong. You know what I'm saying? Like you are your brand. So how you carry yourself and how you market yourself and how you are is also your brand, and how people perceive your business.
Thank you so much for that, Liza. And I do believe we have a hand raised. So I'll
Okay.
go ahead and I'll let you
All
unmute
right.
and ask your question directly before I return to more questions in the chat.
Yeah.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm good.
Great. I wanted to ask, so would it make sense for me to settle in on like my branding as far as, specific colors and fonts and that uniformity, I guess, of the business before I push out my marketing?
Okay.
And I asked because I'm a cosmetologist, so
Okay.
I'm a cosmetologist and independent business owner, and I'm really looking for. I have good like organic interaction as far as marketing and the platforms that I use where my clients book. That platform does a good job at like pushing out email campaigns and all of that good stuff.
Okay.
But I'm trying to see as far as like my social media platforms how I can better market myself, because I feel like some it's like I'm marketing what I do and I'm marketing the actual work itself, and I'm just like trying to figure out what place do I fit in? Am I looking to more so brand or more so marketing? Like how can I pinpoint that if I know which one if I need to like identify which one I need to improve in? That makes
I would love, and this would be a whole conversation. I would love for you to join the SBDC, and I could work with you if you join the SB. Are you a member of the SBDC? Do you have a counselor yet? Are you?
No, ma'am, I do not.
Because I would love to, I would, because for me to answer that, I would love to see your logo. I would love to see your what you're doing now, where you're marketing, where you're doing it, and I could help you pinpoint more direct ways, because I have to be able to see what you're doing, and who your clientele is and who your market is and the different things. Because right off the bat, I could tell you, and you could, I don't know if you do segment marketing, and I don't know where your store is, but like I talked to some people, like somebody I was talking to last year in another class of mine. If you could do little parties for like birthday parties, if you have a space for like girls to come in and get their makeup and teach them how to do makeup, like 13-year-olds, type of thing, like birthday. So there's different ways to do things, different ways to like market and get your word out, and the more diverse you are, the better it is. But again, I would love to learn more about your business. And I think at the end, Sharika or Miss Industry, well, she'll tell you how you can sign up. And when you do, just put in there that you request me, and I would love to work with you and help you.
Thank you so much. So I was able to drop that link in the chat. So if you need to
Okay.
go ahead and sign up for services so you can be advised on your business free of charge, the link is in the chat. So as I go back to the chat, we have a few more questions and comments. Um,
Okay.
can you be sued if the AI output is very similar to real content that may have been copyrighted? What do you suggest is a good strategy to avoid this issue?
Um, what I've done is, if the thing is, if it's your own, like for if it's, I mean, I've seen that too, where the thing is I don't know how that's such a deep dive. Um, I've done stuff where I've asked ChatGPT to help me create content, and I put a Disney logo in it, and they will not do anything that's copyright. They'll say we can't help you because there's copyright issues. Like a lot of these AI apps already will not build something if there's a copyright issue. I did a flyer, or somebody did a flyer for me for an event we did last year. And 3 weeks later, I saw the same flyer for several different events and the same exact thing. So I don't think that's an issue, because copyright, there's one that the copyright laws, they will not do something that's already copyrighted. They won't touch it. And the second thing is, make it as personal to you as possible, with your logo and your content and your stuff. So if you're sticking to your brand and your logos and your content, I don't think there could be an issue with that.
Alrighty, thank you for that. And
All right.
so,
So
back to
we
the
will.
chat, branding emphasizes your reputation and core identity. AI, the foundation of business and marketing, describes the publicity of broadcasting to the world who the business is, the bullhorn. So I guess that's just a comment.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. All right, let me post. We'll do number 6, post consistently. Consistency builds trust and visibility. Again, keep posting. Be consistent. Don't just post something once and say, "Oh, well, no one called or nobody." I had a client who said, "But I posted twice. How come nobody's?" Because you have to be. It takes 7 impressions before one sticks. To a person, like how many 7 times someone has to see something before it'll stick, unless they're really seeking it out. 3, 5 social media posts, a simple schedule, post per week, 1 to 2 videos per week, monthly emails. Consistency is usually more important than posting constantly. So schedule content in advance. Planning content saves time. Monthly content calendar, schedule posts, plan promotions. Using scheduling tools like Buffer, and I'm going to get to that in a minute because I actually did screenshots of what Buffer. I like Buffer. Hootsuite is another one. Those 2 are the ones I've seen used a lot. Meta Business, I'm not as familiar with. I like Buffer because I'm the type of person where I don't want to spend months learning something. I want to be able to just easy peasy. So Buffer to me was like, this is easy. Hootsuite, I've had clients use that who swear by it as well. Again, in the beginning, you need to take time to go through these different avenues and see what works for you in your business. People connect with stories more than sales pitches. Use storytelling. I am rushing a little bit because I'm going to get through these slides and make sure you guys get the information. Customers share success stories, behind the scenes content, business journey stories, employee spotlights, community involvement. That's how people, another way to build your brand is get people knowing your business. Celebrate with us our 5-year anniversary. Come get free cookies or come get a discount or, employee of the month here. Welcome to our employee. So I think when people see you sharing personal stuff about your business, like milestones and successes, that will help them relate to your business and that will help build your brand. Track results. Analytics are big with tracking results. If you don't measure results, you don't know what's working. Reach engagement websites, traffic leads, sales, click-through rates. I'll show you an analytics in a minute. Did this content help achieve my goal? Digital marketing is never set it and forget it. Test different headlines, different images, audiences, posting times, calls to action. Small changes can dramatically improve your results. You may think, you may post something and say, oh, Facebook will be perfect for this, but then you go to Instagram and feel like, oh, wow, that worked better. So again, testing different options, and nothing is and for one campaign, one might be good, for another and doesn't cost a lot to do this stuff. The 5-part formula for great digital content. Every successful post should answer these 5 questions. Who is it for? What problem does it solve? Why should someone care? What action should they take? How will I measure my success? AI for scheduling, we talked about this. Buffer, Metricool. Plan posts week by week. Don't overschedule. Too many messages will create content fatigue for your customers. How many times have you seen an ad so many times you keep tuning out and then you don't even look at, there's one client who I'm so tired of seeing their content, I just tune it out because I just can't. It's like, oh my gosh, that's too much, and then you just lose people. So the auto publish. This is what I like. Buffer. This is Buffer. Now it has connect, create, publish, engage. This is their landing page. You can subscribe to the different channels. You can, it helps you set it up. It's pretty easy to do this content with Buffer and publish and book things a month in advance, a week in advance. It helps you do everything. This will help you create. Again, this is my logo I created for my concierge business. And it tells you to do, in progress, done, your new idea, save ideas. So this will help you build your ideas. It gives you different templates. And again, you just go in and get to know it. Another thing that you could do that will help, that you can use AI for, if you really don't want to take the time to learn, right? Not even that learn, but you can say, go to ChatGPT and say, I want to go on Buffer and I really don't, can you give me a quick how-to guide of the best way to utilize Buffer and learn it quickly? So use AI to help you learn too. So you can go to ChatGPT, ask it to create a how-to guide of how to do Buffer, and it'll give you a whole tutorial. So you can ask it to give you a tutorial, a Buffer as well, which will help learn it. And then you can go, then you publish new, you can put it in. When you click on new, it'll bring up the ad that you created in the last one, like Friday at 8:30, Friday, July 3rd at 8:30, every Friday. Or you can say Monday, Tuesday, or Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Or if you're a restaurant and you know that your busiest days are Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you might want to do Wednesday and Thursday. Again, knowing your audience and being strategic with too, because AI is great, but you really cannot, there's human error and you really have to have thought process. It can do it for you, but again, like just like a personal assistant, you want to make sure that your thought is behind it. Like, your business, the best time, and that will help. Again, your community, you can go to Instagram, Threads, LinkedIn, all those different channels that you want to advertise. And here's some of the different posts that we did through an event we did at NISKI. And then the last one, it helps you with, also Buffer can help you with analytics too, and tell you what's happening, what you click on analytics. It'll tell you how many people like that post. Here's a different analytics tool. What are they? Smart systems that can help you understand your data fast instead of digging through spreadsheets, tools, platforms. Collect, organize data. If you're going to do Buffer, Buffer, I think their analytics tool is great on there, and let it work smarter, not harder. But here are some other examples of analytics as well, the tools for analytics. Your 30-day smart marketing plan. Come up, where do you want to be in 30 days? Where do you want to be in 3 months? Where do you want to be in 6 months? Define your goals, clarify what success looks like. And again, if you start advertising, it takes a while for people. You're not going to be able to advertise for a week and have people busting down your door and say, oh my God, unless, it takes a good month or two. Sometimes if you're a new business, if you're an existing business and you're rebranding and doing a new campaign, it takes a while for people to catch on. So it's not something that's going to happen overnight. And you pick your right AI platform tools, create weekly batches for efficiency, schedule ahead, automate posting for consistency. Now, okay, questions. I got through it. And then does anybody have any questions? Does anyone have a business that they want a quick question on, like what they're doing or how, what audience or anything, like any personal information you want about your business? Okay. I think, yes. Jace?
Yes, ma'am. It's me again.
Hi.
Hi. I would like to ask, in regard to my TikTok account. So I started using it as a personal account, and then I started to promote my business on there. Would you say I received good interaction on both, on sides of building my business and also building my personal account. Now I'm trying to see if I should just flip it completely to like my account where I only promote my business rather than still posting my personal content. Is it not such a good idea to keep them intertwined?
Is your TikTok, what is the name on your TikTok? Is it your personal name or is it your business name?
It's my personal name.
I would have a separate business one because when you people, I think both you can always use your personal Facebook, your personal social media accounts to promote your business. I do it all the time. But I personally feel for your business, you want to have as much in your business's name to build reputability for your business.
Got it.
Yeah, just so people know, they, here, find us on here, so and so, like you could advertise at your place, look for, what's the name of your business?
It's the Hairpreneur. That's my name.
Well, find here Hairpreneur on Facebook and TikTok, so and so. So you want your business name to be out there, because, like, let's say you have a client who's familiar with your social media posts, and she's at a party talking to a friend. Oh yeah, I got all the stuff done and I'm so excited. And, well, what's the business name? Well, I know her name, but what's her business's name again? You want people to know your business's name more than your name.
Okay, makes sense. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else?
All right, we don't see any more questions or comments in the chat, but if you want to ask directly, you can unmute and ask now. This is the time.
I just want to say, I know this can be overwhelming. And again, just pick one, go through the different posts. You will get a copy of this presentation. Pick a couple different things that you feel is best for you. Like I said, I only use 3 at this point, because so far I don't need much more. And it depends on your business, and it depends on what you do and who, so, make sure you go through the different, you can even ask ChatGPT that, I cannot tell you how much I rely on ChatGPT. Say, oh, I'm an auto mechanic business, or if I want to advertise, here's my business, what would you recommend? Can you design a marketing plan for me? Like, you can have ChatGPT and some of these AI help design marketing plans and budgets and all kinds of things that you would need for your business. So rely on those, say, help me design a 6-month plan, or, but also, be careful too, because human error, not human error, but, computer error, you want to make sure you have the human touch too, and that you're making sure you're seeing and you're following what your business is, and that it's not leading you astray either, because AI is not perfect, it's a computer.
Thank you so much for that. We have another hand raised.
Okay. Yes.
I don't know if I'm on mute. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, yeah, I was just, as you wrap up, I did some of that work in my dissertation, and the SMEs and the move and shift more towards social media and internet marketing for accelerated growth. Interesting things came out of our survey. I was looking at the OECS, the region. Suffice to say, yes, there is a correlation positive on promoting social media, internet marketing, using AI tools, etc., and acceleration of growth. I just want to suggest to the group, I don't know if I'm outside of my depth here, one of the things we want to promote is body systems. Some people are stronger or more advanced in that area, and so we suggested in our model that people can sort of twin. So entrepreneur to entrepreneur, you could have a body who's probably a little more advanced or has more skill sets, or maybe have kids or relatives or family from that generation who can actually help in-house. So you don't have to be alone in that effort to explore, experiment, and to build up your capacity in that area. So we always encourage, when we have settings of like-minded people, like-minded entrepreneurs such as these, in addition to the facilitators, formally you identify and try to explore possibilities for collaboration amongst the entrepreneurs themselves, because a lot of it is household driven. In households where there are Gen Zs, for instance, there's probably a lot of capacity there. In households where they don't have that, they may have to have more reliance on formal education systems. So I just want to add that to the conversation.
Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. That's a great. Thank you for adding that. And I think, but before we wrap up, I wanted to just point something out. Remember, I keep talking about be careful with AI and you have to check. See this where it says thank you from Jerry's food truck on the bottom? this is the perfect example of where AI, it's great. ChatGPT is great because it keeps every single thing that you've ever done on ChatGPT. It keeps it, it gets to know your personality, it gets to know you, so it works with you. When I first got ChatGPT, I was helping my son with a school project. He was designing a food truck for some project in school. Now, and I left this in here to show you, that was a year ago. And now every single time, every so often, this Jerry's food truck thing pops up on there because it remembered it from a year ago. So again, keep in mind that when you do these ads and you do stuff like this, you really cannot, you have to be there present and make sure you read through your content. And I left that in there just because I thought it was funny, because I'm like, see, that was a year ago. Why is it breaking it up? Just to show you an example of what can happen if, without human error, like if you don't check things, or if you have, because it'll bring stuff in. And there's nothing ever when I was designing a slideshow that told me to add this at all. It just brought it in. So just to give you
so much, Liza. So
all right.
Go to the comments. Excellent
Yes.
presentation. Very informative and thought-provoking. Well done. You can delete conversations or tell it to forget prior information as well when you're navigating. So those comments were from the chat. So I guess we can close off our question and answer segment and go ahead to the next slide.
Thank you so much, Sharika, for the opportunity.
No problem. Alrighty. The previous slide. So persons can know how to find us. So the VI SBDC has so much more in store for the US VI small business community. You can visit our website at www.visbdc.org. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Subscribe to the VI SBDC YouTube channel for uploads of our webinars. We encourage you to download the complimentary VI SBDC app from the appropriate app store. And I'm going to go ahead and navigate our website so you can see how to find training. So I'm just going to replace your share, Liza, share my screen. This is the SBDC website. I had someone earlier ask about signing up for services. That would be under the Request Help tab. And you can actually contact an advisor. It's going to take you to that page. And you can preview the advisors we have with their bio, their pictures, and their specialties. There's Liza at the very top. And so I just wanted to show you this. So let me go back and let me go. And I want to mention, if you know persons with regards to farming and fishing, we also have the Agriculture Business Center that's connected under the SBDC. The target population is farmers and fishers. And so this is their landing page in terms of you getting information, resources, events. So you can also find that on our website, and it's going to be under SBDC services. And now let's proceed over to how you can sign up for events and training. So you'll go to the training tab, you hover, go down to events. And then when you go on this page, it tells you some key areas we focus in on, and this will take you to the registration portal. So let me let you know how to find an event if it's already happened in the past, and now it's pre-recorded. So when you go to this page, pay attention to type, make sure center is on all, so you get territory-wide information. Select on demand, and when you hit search, our sessions from the past that are pre-recorded are here, and you can go ahead and you can still register and watch at your leisure. If you don't see trainings here anymore, I can guarantee you they're on the SBDC YouTube channel. So let's look at what's to come, and we're going to hit live, search, make sure center is off. And so Liza's training will switch over to that on-demand section after this live event. And so coming up tomorrow, we have a Veterans Business Outreach Center. They're focusing on a session that starts at 10 a.m. That's entitled Introduction to Business Planning. So it's very detailed. And then on Friday, we have Mr. Langley Shazar. His session starts at 11 a.m. and it's entitled Fire Yourself as CEO, How to Stop Firefighting and Start Future Building. So too many times business owners get caught up in operations and they don't become visionaries and think ahead and plan ahead. So that's what that session is going to be focusing on. And so let me stop sharing, see if we have any additional questions or comments. And we don't. So I would like to say, Liza, it's always a pleasure collaborating with you on initiatives as such. And so to everyone in our audience, we, on behalf of the entire VI SBDC network, compliments of our State Director, Ms. Karen Jones, we thank you for your time and attendance, and we would like to wish you a productive rest of day. So thanks for being here, and everyone take care.
Thank you, everyone. It was fun.